Let's see if we've got everything rolling right. That looks pretty correct to me. Yeah, I think I like that. Gonna remove that just so there's less stuff to get in the way. Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, children, people, and things. What was I saying? Welcome back. Obviously, welcome back. And hello. Today we're going to be working on more creative blocks. Is there a way? Hold on, I gotta find out if M Creator has a feature. Danged. Let's see. Boy. Okay, so it doesn't seem like. Okay. Let's just start our texture making. What's this? Blue smooth stone. A? Did I make that yet? Okay. So I'm gonna make that a thing. What's this? Blue cobblestone. Frost coal ore. Oh, some of this stuff is okay. Yeah. Okay. So okay. I'm trying to think. I need to fix that texture. So until then, let's okay, hold on. Okay. So there's two I need to make. This and this. Age slime block. Let's add it as a creative block. And then we will see how it kind of looks. In game before I just go spending time. Oh, so that just okay. That's fine. Don't add it then. Okay. So that got repurposed. That makes sense. Alright, so okay. So we're gonna dupe this. Blue smooth stone A. water, stone, and brick. Is going to be this one's blue, smooth, stone. Okay. You know what? I was going to not put it there, but I mean, I might as well, right? So, give me a second, guys. Sorry, I had to grab my headphones. I just realized. Gotta get them out from their spot I keep them in. And pop them in. Just like so. Uh-huh. Uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. So that's that. And blue prismarine. Hmm. Sorry, guys, I'm hearing all sorts of people driving around. There we go. Let's see if we have any other. There's so many that might as well add those. I'm trying to add some of the stuff I don't know if I'm going to be adding to the survival aspect yet. Because there's a lot of features that dark, stone, brick. Okay. So those two are pretty usable. I think there's a bunch of these that are something I would use daily. But real quick, I'm actually going to work on a new tab. So where's the... Do we have a tab thing that we don't have to... Creative tabs, creative tabs. I could swear I meant to make something for that. Oh, they're still on the root. I'm just incredibly blind. That's what it is. We're going to add a stair tab. Because I've been putting this off. Tab. And we're going to add it with this. Show the search bar. Save the mod element. Stairs. Filter with blocks. Stairs. This is going to take me a minute, guys. I'm sorry about that. There's a bunch of stuff I just want to... do that way I can be... I'm kind of prepping this for release as much as I am just working on new creative blocks. There's a lot of stuff that needs done to prep for release. I already decided I've got all the post boxes that are going to be in this version. Vortex was last. Okay, yeah. Do 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 do. Okay, that's done. Some of these are going to need a massive update on how they're shown. These aren't supposed to be in any creative menu. Stairs tab. There's a lot of stuff in here that are kind of... Did I ever make that a... No. I did not turn that out of its secret status. Haven't said whether or not I would do it eventually. Because I do think... Oh man, I really wish these would all just do themselves this way. That way I wouldn't have to do this. I honestly didn't think the mod would get so big when I was making all the stuff separately. But this mod is pretty big now. Thus necessitating such a big amount of tabs. Ooh. I don't actually need these until I have launched the game. Stairs. Pretty sure I just did oak. No, I'm psyching myself out. I kind of need to go check. I'm doing it. Yeah, see, I did it. I was about certain of it. Neighbors making noise. All the boys making noise. Do, do. So it took me about an hour nap when I got home, and then now I'm doing this. We're all just hanging. Britzy is out with a couple friends of ours. Hope she remembered her keys, because I'll be streaming probably well into the evening. This is honestly a massive mod at this point. Like, it's so massive. To be honest, I mean, this is only a vertical slice of what I want to do, to be honest. And most of the stuff I haven't added is because I don't know how I would want to go about doing it, and I don't want to, like, half do it if I don't have a clear idea of what I'm doing. Some things may never get added, some things will get added with time. Post boxes was one that started off super small with just a post box for each type of wood, just one. But then it got to the point of, well, I was playing around with textures and kind of looked at the logs in game while I was playing around with how houses looked with the post boxes, and kind of fell in love with the idea of making almost like a literal carpentry project where you can make it however you like. It's only single woods for each one because I do want it to be realistic to finish sometime. Orange is done. And I mean, it's you gotta set some kind of end for yourself. Some things in this mod are very much like the silly things, and then we've got some pretty good things. This is a massive decoration mod, though. Just so much stuff that is for the flex of it. Man, those glass stairs. I wanna change the texture on those sometime in the near future. How would those look? I might actually change those to where they're all using the tiled glass for their texture, just to see what it looks like. I feel like that might look good. I think that should be everything. So, let's see. How many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 20. right? So 40. There's 50. There's 50 kinds of stairs that are added. Okay, so the stair tab is done. There's so much to do. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to add the Haunted Pumpkin trade from the Wandering Trader. I'm going to make a menagerie of objects that can only be gotten from Wandering Traders and certain other underutilized villagers because I feel like they wear out their welcome. As soon as you have all the kinds of wood that you would want, or all of them, a lot of the Wandering Trader stuff is kind of hard to, you know, I want to make a effort to make it to where anytime you see him, you're excited because there's items you can only get from him. It's not like I want to make a game of Minecraft where like you're not guaranteed to see everything in the game. You know, I like the idea that there are some things that some people may not ever see. To be honest, as weird as it sounds. And with some of these things, nobody will ever see them. At least for a while. I even had a theoretical way in the beginning to literally make it to where it's impossible for the average player, even some data miners, may not be able to find out. I like those. I kind of want to put these in survival now. Do I want to make all 16 collars? I only need 14 more. That's the cyan one. So I'd have to change blue to cyan for the name. So I'd probably just delete this. I'll pick that later. Like I said, most of the stuff you're going to see in the creative inventory is stuff that I just like the texture of or have no idea what to do with them. And some of these will get canonized, some will, etc. You know how it be, though. There's a few around that can't just be gotten from the creative menu. So there's 9 slots times 5 right here. 9 times 5 is... So that's 45. 46, 47, 48, 49. Did I miss one? Five times 9 is 45. Which means I have missed one. Definitively. Hi, Ice. What's up, buddy? I think I missed one. At this point, wait. I'm trying to get a sense for what I had to miss. Post boxes. Gotta give it its search bar eventually. I'm gonna move the mine traders into miscellaneous. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Mad stream delay. I know it's. I mean, it's usually pretty big, but I also might not have noticed you for a minute because I've been trying to figure out what the hell going on. So, let's see here. Mind traders. Ah, here we go. Okay. Let's move all of this into miscellaneous. Because I am going to delete the trading cards tab. $49 delay. I mean, it's better that than having this thing disconnect or be shitty quality. Because I gotta pick shit quality or constant paranoia that I'm going to disconnect. Did I already do? I've gotta check. This is something I hate doing this. I hate doing restructures of this kind specifically because I always think I'm gonna forget something. Once I get back in game, what I might have to do is go through and check all the other stuff. I might have to look into. Speaking of that, might look into seeing how much I can reduce the actual stream delay without messing up too much. So we might have a set of streams to fix that specific thing. There's a recommended bitrate and settings that Google says is most optimal for streaming. So that way you'd minimize the delay. Yeah, that is a thing, right? But I had to go with my own settings because that doesn't account for quality as much as not having delay. Because of my internet being a little unstable where I live, I have to choose one or the other. Which is really bogus, but I'd rather be able to talk to people and know I'm live. And I'm a bit too, like, busy most of the time to try to rebalance. How have you been, man? Lately, I've been mostly doing my best to get this guy ready for its first release in a very long time. Alright. So if I do this, um, how slow is your internet? Mine is 9. Sometimes peaked at 32 megabytes if servers are close to me. Mine goes all over the board. because I live in a semi-rural area, so it's usually I got the highest internet I can. It's in the 40s most of the time, but that can decrease by a bit, a good bit. So I can't I have to account for it being lower than it's supposed to be most of the time, which blows chunks. Okay. If it didn't make any errors, this will hit green, and it will mean that I got all the trading cards over to miscellaneous. Please. Workspace, don't do this. Watching you, workspace. I'm also going to work on a contributors list, and that was a beautiful success build. Internet is not bad, but it keeps going all across the board due to location. Yeah. It seems to happen a couple times a month, which doesn't sound too bad until you realize it's so random when it seems to happen. I assume it's doing it due to your typical sort of thing where people are, working on the actual components and to the place where we get the internet. I think repairs and stuff to the servers and whatnot is probably why it does it, but I've never been sure. New creative tab. And hopefully I can reorder tabs because there's a few. I might combine a couple others though. Since there's so little food, I might put that in with miscellaneous. Dev pick needs removed. The raw pyrite needs moved over to beside the tiny charcoal. Really go below that on occasion just due to your location problems. Well, it does. Like right now, I'm looking at the because usually, right? I have a little bit better than that. And I've been experimenting with kind of letting the KBS higher than that. But even with this, I've dropped 43 frames the way I'm doing it now. It gets weird. Dude, the other day, so like the hardcore series, right? I'm usually straddling the line perfectly for what I need for 1080p. That's about where I'm at, is a little higher than that. But there is an episode of the hardcore series I was doing where it stopped. Like, out of nowhere, my PC just stopped streaming the game. That hardcore series is, although I'm doing great in it, like it was supposed to be a 1 day, like how long can I survive? You guys have seen me. 3 megabytes per second. Yeah, but you also got to remember that's I would have to go pretty. So the less you use of megabytes per second, the more stream delay you need in order to make sure that it stays stable. It's not just if you have this much, you can do this much. Like you have to trade seconds for megabytes, basically. So let's say I could go up to 20 megabytes per second, then I could take the lag down more. So far, I haven't actually tried to move it at all since I moved, which I probably should do at some point. But, you know, it's been working, so I haven't been messing with it. Because I've just had so much to do since I moved. I might take... That might be something I do this week someday. This weekend is just play a few test clips and see if I can't get it to go a little lower. This has all got me thinking maybe I should try to get it a little... Like, does it look good right now on your side? Like what is it... Like, what's the max you can do on YouTube side? Because it should be like... Is it 720-ish? Hold on. Now I'm curious as to how high it goes right now. Okay, I need to mute myself real quick. See, it goes up to 1060, 1080p 60 HD. So it's looking all right. Yeah. Interesting. So, It goes for 1080p 60 over there too. Okay. So that seems... Hold on a sec. Revealing a new block, trial key unlocks. Hold on, wait a minute. What? Excuse? Yo, hold up. We about to get a reaction stream going in here for just a second. What the hell? Give me just a minute here, so...
My name's Fubuui, and you're watching Minecraft Monthly, the allegedly entertaining Minecraft news show. Today, we'll be talking Armadillo.
I at least like Fu. That's fair.
A key? Wait, is this my long-lost house key? I can finally turn off my oven. Wait, no. I remember this now.
The trial key.
Trial
is it going to show us what...
But what does it open? I hope we'll find out later. Back
I feel like,
Armadillo.
Wait, will we?
Armadillo rolled into snapshots.
Yes, we will. Okay, thank goodness. I was about to say, you guys better not pull a bait switch on me.
Your feedback so we could make this cute new mob even better. And you didn't disappoint.
Armadillo's eye placement ruined my marriage.
But don't worry, we've already updated it. Say goodbye to the armadillo and hello to the Armadillo.
Oh.
you can go introduce yourself to the new retextured armadillo right now. Tell him Foo sent ya.
I kind of like it better on the sides, to be honest.
And while you're there, keep giving us
Won't be able to play with
all the
Iron
upcoming
Fist Fire
1.21
just due to the
features
cave
you can try
generations.
before their release in the
I
update.
barely run it without mods.
Here.
With mods,
You
it's
can test the
impossible.
trial chambers, battle
Oof.
the freeze, auto-craft with the crafter, and change your minds and tell
Well,
us you liked the I'm a
We might have to
design.
separate the two series
Apart from
after
that
all,
last one,
because
we'd love your feedback.
my
Please
mod
give us
works
more.
with
Coming up,
the
we'll be
latest
talking about
that
the
I can put it
mysterious
in.
trial key. But
Oh.
what could this key be for?
Okay, what could it be for?
Get away from my car!
Wait, what?
Let's show you
Who
an
was
amazing
that?
community creation.
I'm
The
gonna
world's
assume that was someone
longest
from The Office. It
Minecraft
looked like
stair.
freaking Nosh. Okay,
No, not that kind of stair. Like stairs.
stairs?
Reddit user DylanGG2566 recently built a staircase in Minecraft that uses every block that has a height difference and put them all in height order, all to make the longest ascending staircase possible.
Didn't that happen a long time ago? I feel like I heard of something about like this a while
Go
back.
to our stair cam. Might take a little while to see this build at its best. Let's come back to it. Still to come, what
Okay.
is this? A new block? Shouldn't big news like this be mentioned earlier?
Huh?
Nah, let's talk about it later. Minecraft education
The
news now.
heck?
Let's take a look at the new inspired by unit. This free
I already saw
Great Arctic. Well,
about
that's
this.
all the animal news covered, so I guess there's nothing left but to talk about the Godzilla, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be in the next episode.
Is that some kind of map teaser or something? That seems
Unbelievable.
pointed.
Let's check in with the stair cam.
Hey, did you subscribe to the Minecraft YouTube channel?
Yes, certainly.
Oh, wrong stair cam.
Tights. Hey.
Now that's more like it.
Um,
Great job,
next
Dylan
Hardcore Live,
GG266.
It's
Now,
coming
are you
out
ready for the
after
trial key
this
and the new
episode
block,
that I'm
the
on.
vault? Trial keys
I'll
are
be
found
doing
in
another
trial
episode.
chambers, and today we're giving you
But
a
it might
sneak
be-
peek that's so top
it might be
secret,
now, it
I
might not
actually have
be.
to ask you to close
Wait,
your
hold
eyes.
on a minute.
Are they closed?
This is what I was
Good. Now
waiting
then,
for. Okay.
meet the new block, the vault.
The vault?
The vault requires a trial key to unlock. Once unlocked, the vault will eject some rewards. Just a reminder, your eyes better be shut. I'm looking at you, Armadillo. Ever gone to a structure in Minecraft and all the chests have already been looted by your friends? With the new vault found in trial chambers, that won't be a problem anymore. Unlike those chests, vaults can still reward players after it's been looted by others, but before you start stealing all your friends' keys. Each vault can only be unlocked once per player. It's just too bad that this feature is never coming to Minecraft. Shame.
Huh?
Wait, hang on. It is coming to Minecraft. Very soon in Snapshot Preview and Beta. Okay, you can open your eyes now. Hi again. See you next month.
Okay, Vo. That's quite enough of that. Huh. Okay. So this is I'm enjoying hanging out, but like I better get back to adding some stuff here. Maybe running on a newer version. That is, I could try, but that doesn't mean it would work. FPS on newer version goes between 10 to 70, mostly at 10 when running new chunks. Yeah. I'm gonna have to pull Fire and Ice by itself. At some point. Oh man. Okay. So alchemy and food. Alchemy tab might stay. Not sure about food tab. Hmm. Alright. This needs some major reordering. Trying to think. Okay. That was on the Fabric version of the game with Fabric mods because sodium is better than Optifine. There's a Forge port called Rebodium. Maybe Forge version runs smoother and I didn't try it out yet. That would probably be something to look into for sure. Okay, so I'm going to quickly do some reorders here. Okay, let's go to blocks. So this is the block tab. Home add-on, so that's what I was looking at a minute ago. So doors, drywall. Okay, the panes can go to the end. Doors can go to the end. Actually. There's something I really want to change the texture of is sandstone drywall. Even if someone's coming just above the last two of mine. Oh, the Hardcore Live episode. So hopefully it will be tonight after this one, or possibly going to be after I get up in the morning. Okay, so this is so tedious. I hate this. But it'll look a little nicer after I do this. Okay. L N P. R S T U V W X Y and Z. Okay, now in correct order, I need to add these down here. I'm sorting all the blocks by the shape they are. What is this? It's tiled glass. Why is tiled glass here? I don't know why tiled glass is there. Okay. I'm just going to add all this stuff to the top. And thematically, that should make the most sense. Oh my god, did I forget to save? Okay. Save the layout. I need to do some stuff. Uh-huh. Alright. So I have to go make a new world. And I hope this looks mildly better. Not like the creative menu. It's going to be a little annoying anyways. But I'm hoping that it will look as good as it's going to get. I'm not going to make a tab for things unless there's too many of the similar things to them. You know what I mean? I'm not going to just make something with a couple of items in it. I have plans for more machines, and that's why machine tab is added. That's how most of these things go. Is if I deem there's too many and it's just looking stupid somewhere else, that's when stuff gets added. Enable keep inventory. I think that would be the best way to play it anyways, just because I rarely have time to lose progress. Because effectively, we already know that we have end goals to meet for the series. It'll go on for a while, but you know, it's... Oh, forgot to create a new world. Oh, here we go. Yep, okay. So... What? Cool. Oh my god, I can't stand... Wish I could dedicate more RAM to this stupid running of this. Because you can run... I think you can go up to a certain amount, like, but it's not a lot. Whenever you're running it in the test environment. This runs so good outside the test environment, but I'm not gonna... I'd have to build the mod every time I want to test. Like, I mean, obviously I can't do that. That's just excessive. Okay, so I think I did the home tab, which that looks good. That looks better. What the bleeding shit? Pardon? Hold on. Excuse. I'm confused then. Save layout. Did it reorder the decorative stuff? No? I made a new. Bleeding shit is wrong with this stupid thing. Did I not remember to? All right. I need to add sea glass's functionality, like the sea glass sand. All right. See, now this looks. That looks a lot more passable to me. I especially like that all of them, from the flat white block to the flat white Z block, are all like this. Because I think with the old layout, it looked a lot dumber. And I think we reordered home editions, which looks a lot more succinct. I can figure shit out this way. Drywall is looking pretty good. Hmm. Hmm. I'm gonna see if I can improve the soul glass panes by myself. Only way to find dragon caverns is to kill the stage 4 and 5 dragons, to dig it down and hope we get lucky. Sounds to me that it might take a while before we can fly on a dragon. Might take a while for sure. Alright, let's go into the soul glass texture. And I'm going to do a couple things here to see if I can't get this looking a little nicer. So, my plan is to get to erasing a few of these. Make it look a little more like normal glass. But more roughly hewn than normal glass would be. There's going to be quite a few more streaks than you'd see in normal glass because there's so many more impurity to it. I don't know though. You know, I'm gonna reverse that. I think the thing that makes Soul Glass a little interesting is that it is kind of harder to see out of. Maybe I should get a person on that. Someone that knows what they're doing. Okay. So what if I just like desaturate it? And we're gonna save this. As biome lady fern. Because I do want the lady fern to blend with its biome if I can help it. Okay. So I need nature. Here we go. Okay. So what if I do that? Because I feel like I like that a lot more. I can reverse it since I didn't save it as the texture. So we'll see just how well that works. Do real life. What if we go in Spectator to find dragon caves, mark them on mini maps with a mini map so we know their positions? We'll still have to fight them fairly. I'd say that's a probable, but that's more of a game time decision. Like, I'd say we look for them legit throughout our adventure until we're ready to fight them. If we haven't found one naturally, then we can do it. That's what I will say for now. Because that just makes the most sense to me. Like, what if we're just out mining and we find it, though? Too much cheating to find them that way or not? That's what I think. That's what I said I think makes the most sense. We might even have an episode or two dedicated to looking for them when it's time to play against them. But if we can't find them within a decent time, we are still, making a series on it. So I'm pretty sure it would be fair game at that point. Good. So yeah, I thought so. Because we do want to. We're obviously gonna have fun with it, but we also do want to keep the action rolling and not have so much tedium. Like, we don't want to have like 20 episodes of us looking for something and doing nothing else. Like, it would just be a season of filler worth of just us looking for it if we were unlucky enough. Kind of like the world that I've spawned in. Okay, so need the lady fern. Oh my gosh. That handsomed up. So what if I put you, like, we'll say put you over here? Then what will you do? You see, I like it more now. Because it stands out a little rather than a lot. There's some nasturtium. Oh, that's neat. See, I like that. Nasturtiums are freaking crazy rare. Some of mine don't really spawn all that much, like all the flowers. And see, that's the kind of thing I like adding. Like I said earlier, stuff that you're not entirely like ensured to see. I want this mod to be in survival. I want the mod to be a like I want to find this thing and make it my treasure. Also, and Minecraft Comes Alive, I will totally, absolutely. I love MCA. I actually played it a lot before my time where I could actually like do YouTube on the level I am now in Twitch, where I'm streaming a lot. Like, it's funny. 2020 is where streaming really took over. Like, I streamed more starting in 2020 than I did making videos. But there was a point where I used to only do videos up until 2016, I think. I lightly dabbled in and out before that. So there are streams that are possibly older. There's some... What is with this generation? You guys see this? There's some weird shit going on here. Looks like someone unzipped the world right here. What gives? Oh, is this a bounty land? This bamboo jungle. I love bounty lands. Okay. Well. Look at that. Look at that. Dude. There. Goodness. Lady Ferns, Nasturtium, Anastasia Passions, Roses, Camellias. I tell you, it's weird. One of my favorite features lately, right? And it wasn't always a favorite of mine, is what I did to the transition. Hold on a minute. I want to fix this so that way I can look a little easier. Is the transition type thing I did. Whoops. There. What was I trying to say before I was rudely interrupted by the stupid potion? Oh, so what I did with the line between deep slate and stone, I actually added a couple more blocks, and I want to add a couple, 3 more. I added darkened stone and darkened cobblestone to it. I'm going to add cobblestone to the fault line, that way it will generate there. Because I do kind of take issue with the fact that you can't really find... I think cobblestone, I want to add it there just because it does kind of make sense to have the rock up here breaking at this point to kind of signify that there's a transition going on. And the darkened stone and cobblestone is kind of the perfect middle block to them. Like, it sometimes looks a little silly. Like here, it looks like there's a little much of it, but like over here, whenever it sprinkles itself out a little thinner, I've been looking for the balance of that for a while. And I stopped moving it because this is about as good as I can make it look. And, you know, I do think it is important to get it as good as I can get it. And then perhaps mess with it a little bit later. Maybe play a good bit before I decide whether or not it's going to look right. But yeah, I think I like the change to the lady fern. I'm not going to change it back. Because that was kind of a question mark to that, you know? Uh-huh. Yes, yes, yes. That is nice. I like it a lot. It's too bad that you can't just, like, do certain ones. Like, certain parts of blocks get tinted. Because I would like to see... Did I ever make it to where you could actually use these plants to make their respective dyes? I actually don't know that. I really need to fix these two. Is this the... That's one thing I'm very mad at myself for adding now. Is pyrite. Bleeding hell was I thinking. Okay, note to self. Take down pyrite a little bit. Like, I need to take its weight down a little. And maybe, just maybe take the shade of the gold down a little bit as well, like the look of it. That way there is some kind of visual identifier, but not a great one. Like, you have to be paying attention. That way you can intentionally get pyrite or intentionally get gold if you get good enough. How much I like the idea of haunted pumpkins. It all started with a pumpkin not being able to get tinted. Then I saw that non-tinted pumpkin looks haunted. I don't know why I can't tint it, because I've tinted. In the past, I actually got a stone block to tint. That's obviously kind of not something you can do much with. So I actually dropped it shortly afterwards because, I mean, I never thought of anything you could do with it, so I just kind of screwed off with it, obviously. But I figured if it was a white pumpkin, you could possibly do something about it. I still haven't found a way to tint that, by the way. Maybe sometime in the far-flung future I will be able to, though, so who knows. Is that also pyrite right here? That is pyrite right there. Gold. There's so much of it. Okay, I'm doing both. So I'm gonna have to take down the spawn rate of pyrite because I've never seen the balance and it's clearly pretty damningly far off. Look, like I said, that glitch ended up being a blessing in disguise. Oh, you betcha. Because now we actually have the mobs working the way they were supposed to. I am taking down their spawn rates a little because unfortunately there is the problem of them like not burning in the day, so you don't want to have too many spawn in the nighttime or else suddenly daytime has a million mobs in it, I'm thinking about making it a fairly rare mob. So I've got a few things to. I better start tweaking some things because there's the pyrite stuff I need to fix. Let's do that now. There they are, actually, right there. So properties, generation. Here we go. That should work a lot better. We're turning it down to a 1. Because this is supposed to be a occasional troll. Not really a big thing that you're supposed to get a lot of. Oh. So these guys. I'm going to cut their spawning in half. That way they're about... They're going to be a little bit harder to find. Okay. Wandering Trader, Villager Trade. Okay. So we're going to say that haunted pumpkins are kind of expensive. At a good 4. And a singular pumpkin per 1 haunted. You can get the carved haunted pumpkins, but I want the actual haunted pumpkin to be a very valuable item. Because you could technically get regular ones out of farms, right? But, like, it's kind of funny. So, what keeps on having me I'm also going to make it to where you can only get 5 per Wandering Trader. There we go. So that is that. Okay, now I need to get to the sands. So it should be in nature. Sand variant 7. So your internal name is Sandvar 7. So I need to go to Sandvar 7. We're going to add a bunch of entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 16. Only without Silk Touch. So the entry weight for sand is going to be a little higher. So now time to put in all the entries. You can only get stained glass out of this, by the way, so... Because I do want to reflect its texture, since this is sea glass sand, which is going to be its new name. Or sandy sea glass. Green. So I need pink next. After this, we are going to have one hell of a test. Ice and Fire has its own ghost graveyards, and now hear me out. What if stars align and all luck in the world does too, and Haunted Pumpkin Mob spawns in one of those along with ghost mobs? Oh my goodness, that would be the most insane thing ever. Okay, so pink was last, so I need gray. If I put the right amount in, then there should be exactly 16 loot possibilities here. Did we do light gray last time? We did light gray last time. So it's cyan. It's getting close. So there's 6 left. And 5 and 6. Yes. Okay, so it seems as though I have done it. Will this be the best way to get sand? To get stained glass? The answer to that is no. Why I say that without people asking me is because I do want to kind of be pretty explicit about the fact, like, this is, this is just one of those things, right, where you don't want to rely on it. If you're trying to get stained glass, you might get kind of a couple pieces here and there. Only without. Alright, that's all of that done. So I need to find the dev pick and change it to a shovel. Shovel, 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 spade. Okay. Vampire Sword Enchant is cool. Imagine if we play with Vampirism mod and suddenly it's mega cool combo. Oh yeah, you're talking about my why don't we just do a trifecta someday? Like if you get a better PC, we need to do my mod, Vampirism, and Fire and Ice all at once. But yeah, my Vampirism, it's a fun one. I do love the Vampirism. A lot. Like a lot. Sea glass sand. I don't like how it looks with that space. Sea glass sand. I do love sea glass in general, so this having kind of a concept of it is really fun. I like it a lot. Alright, here we go. It's time to test, boy. I think it is internally named Sandbar 7. If it works, then I'm going to be a very happy guy. Even though it's not going to get a major overhaul, the fish sand, even though it's not going to get its name change, is going to make it to where you can have a rare chance of getting a cod. Since cods can be found on the texture of that one. So Pyrite has now been nerfed to the moon. Okay. So PC can run it all, I think, but it was laggy. Now this was on Fabric. Pretty unstable mod loader that crashes a lot. Forge runs smoother than we might not need a new PC. See, with the right stuff, I think you're right. I think you're very right. I don't know. Speaking of, what do you think about the implementation of this sandy looking cobblestone here? It can replace gravel only. Because I think it gives rivers a little more, just a little touch more of realism. But I don't think it distracts too awful much from the core concept. I've never asked anyone that, but I feel like you'd have a good feel for it. Because I like it a lot. I like the way it looks. And I don't think it's far enough out of the way to be distracting. I guess that's more functionally my question. Do you think it looks a little distracting? I especially like it. Oh, I like that. See, that looks cool. I like... Ooh. That's neat looking. I think it suits it. Awesome. Thank you. Okay. I gotta get unstupid real quick here. So I guess the best way to test the new Sand variant functionality is just to go /fill. Just Sandbar 7. So that's 29,000 blocks. The game is going to crash because it does not like that. It does not like this. Oh. Almost. Why did I not put this on the ground? How did I think this wasn't going to be a problem? Oh boy, we're taking on water, damn it. You know something? This is my fault. I don't know how I didn't see this coming. Oh boy. Oh, yes. Okay, so this is obviously something that can't occur in nature to be this much. Hold on. So let's grab our little dev pick, which is now a shovel. And survival. Now watch this. Done. Ooh, sand. Okay. I want to see all 16 colors. 1, 2, and 3. 4. 5, 6. I need 10 more. How did I could hear your graphics card screaming and boiling from 5 kilometers? Yeah, that's because of the lack of RAM that I have dedicated to this at the moment. That's the bad thing about the test environment is it's way harder and will lag out real bad due to the lack of RAM dedication. So that is 13 of the 16. I need 3 more variants of that to confirm that it works. Oh shit, was that one of them I needed? No, it fucking wasn't. No one saw that. Damn it. You can get up to 2 pieces this way per. So it's not impossible. So that is literally all but one of them. Did I miss one? I'm gonna be so mad if I missed one. I don't think I could have, though. Unless I accidentally added one twice. Because I counted out 16. Okay, hold on. Which one am I missing? I think that should be my more operational question. There is 16 colors. Palworld, honestly, it depends. I mean, here's the deal. I personally think that there have been a lot more things like it than people realize. I think it's because of how much... Yes, that's all 16. There it is. So, double check. So that's 9 right here. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yep, that's all 16. And then obviously you could just get, with Silk Touch, you could just get this block itself. But yeah, that worked. So that is pretty cool. Yeah. Yes. So sea glass sand is a thing now. It kind of... I don't love how it looks clumped like that, though. Whenever you find it in the wild, it's clearly, like, a little better to find it out in the wild, but you can find all 16 colors. If you are savvy, you can find any color randomly. There's a starfish. Some little pebbles. Yeah, I think because the Pokemon companies, there's a couple starfish right there. There is a statement from like an ex part of the Pokemon legal team. It says Palworld looks just like all sorts of games he saw before all the time. Which I get it, you know, like it's a little... I just don't think that ripoffs really exist in the way we think they do in the gaming world. I mean, if you really look at certain things, like how many platformers are just Mario ripoffs? Even if they are their own IP, have multiple things, multiple entries. And how Minecraft has a few impersonators. Not just a few, actually, but none worth noting, to be honest. Stardew Valley has a lot of knockoffs when it itself is actually a Harvest Moon clone from the start of its life. So, technically speaking, Harvest Moon is not as good as Stardew Valley, in my opinion. But Stardew Valley is practically showing that it is literally bleeding its inspiration out of its mouth. Like, you can tell where the guy got the idea. Now, how Palworld was like, give Pokemon guns, send. That's a little concerning in its own kind of way, but it's not indicative of any bigger thing. I do think, however, there is a few, like, of the PAL characters that look way too close. But I didn't see anything that sets off, like copyright claiming style close, you know, like, I feel like if they would throw a suit at this, they would ultimately win just because they're Pokemon. But if this was two regular sized Titans fighting, I'm pretty sure that whoever came up with the first IP would have won. This is Pokemon that we're talking about. So if they took it to court, then it would be more than likely that Palworld's developer would not have the muscle to take them down. My Minecraft Pixelmon with Guns and Arc. Oh yeah. I'm just talking about essentially the only thing I've heard about it, and that's because of the controversy. What the hell? Skills? You guys see this, right? What in bleeding hell is making it do that? Is this just another biome? Beach. No? Give me... I need a sunblock. Sunlight. Can I, like, you know... Oh, okay, so what if I do this, though? But it comes back. Does it persist if I do this? Sun directly overhead, and it's still... I'm just gonna leave the creepy square right where it is. Just assume that there's nothing I can do about it. Palworld is much of a Pokemon ripoff as Minecraft is of Infiniminer. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm practically saying, and I definitely agree with you there. Zachary Barth, which was Infiniminer's dev, said it best, is that inspiration is part of the creative process. It's why he doesn't get mad about Minecraft being successful when Infinite Miner didn't even get him any money. Like, the closest PAL model I saw was one that looked a hell of a lot like Leafeon, but there is a lot of marked differences. Like, there's a jewel in the middle of its head instead of a curly Q style leaf. Instead of raggedy looking leaves for ears, the one in Power World had smooth leaves. You know, it's always. I have noted that there is a difference, and there is a markable difference. And I just don't really see a point. I especially think that Nintendo needs to leave this alone. And this is kind of the crux of what I will say about it, right? It is enough in Nintendo's eyes normally, because they take down fan games all the time. So you're gonna bet your ass there is news articles saying they're already talking about it in public about possibly taking it to court. But if Pal World is not scared of the lawsuit and they want to take it to court, Pokemon wouldn't win. I'm wondering if Nintendo and the Pokemon Company might just be a kind of like putting on a front to make them back down without a fight. And that's what I love the Pokemon Company. Pokemon's my favorite of all time. Always will be. No contestant, no nothing, right? But they're not bulletproof in my eyes. Nothing is. I think that anyone can make mistakes, and this is. If they'd sue, that would be one of the big ones for Nintendo. Half the time, you don't even need to give them a reason. Like, they'll just do it. I get, like, properly, taking care of your IPs and stuff, and that's important. That's an important thing in a legal sense, okay, right? But I do think it's also equally important actually, that's where you're wrong. You can take anybody to court for anything. It's just not wise for them to. Technically, it's one of those things where you just don't wanna. See, they got right to strike them down mods for Pal World for having their IP in it. See, that's something they can win. But like I said, you can take anyone to court over anything. If someone passes you in a shop, they don't even have to interact with you. You walked near me, you're gonna go to court to settle this. And let me be clear, this doesn't mean you should, but you can do it. You're not gonna win. In fact, there's a lot of times where if you try to do something stupid like that, if there's not a good reason, you're likely gonna be held in contempt. But it is possible. There was a time where I actually was studying copyright law and regular law. Originally, I was doing copyright law for YouTube. Just because I liked making videos and I wanted to kind of do that career path before I just made it a hobby. But I even thought about being a lawman, but just fell out of it. But that was one of the things that I took with me that was so weird. Was just how easy it is to technically sue somebody. The main reason people wouldn't, though, I feel like we'd get a lot more petty cases if people were less careful. But obviously, court costs a lot of money for anybody who goes to it. So that's pretty much the reason that you don't want to. Like, technically, the funny thing, you and me, let's say we wanted to sue. First of all, let's sue Starfield, for instance, right? For being a shitty game. If we was willing to put up the money, you could do it. You would lose for sure, but that is something they're doing. You have proof that they're a shitty game. Look, I'm not implying anything. I'm just saying it's possible. It's possible. No. I'm still very salty about Starfield. I'm just glad you warned me before I grabbed it, because I had saw it and was thinking about it before you basically told me, like, yeah, that thing is not a game. It was hilarious to me after that. Now it's just disgusting. It's a gross waste of internet data. If they would just market it differently, I feel like I'd like it more. Uh-huh. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Manga creator sued Dungeon Seeker and won because both main characters use revolver as primary weapon, got summoned to another world, and explored dungeon. That is it for similarity, though. See? That's the thing, like, the one that won had to have a pretty good, you can technically win any case. It's kind of a people's court thing at that point, though, because it must have come down to who had the best lawyer. There is some cases where that's literally the only difference, is who has the better lawyer. What the hell, too? This is an awfully big structure. I guess it makes sense. Okay, that must just be shitty harem manga with nothing to offer. Emotional story that starts and ends with revenge. No comedy BS in it. See, I feel like if I'm gonna, like, read something like that, I would want the latter. If I want to watch a goofball anime or read a goofball manga, I'm gonna read something further out than that. I don't want a normal ass anime with comedic elements all the time. They're fine here and there. little jokey joke here and there, but I do not like if I want a comedy, I'm gonna look for a comedy. I'm very oddly specific with what I like in manga, though. And I'm less specific with anime. I can watch about anything. But with manga, it has to hit the nail on the head. Britzy is the manga girl, though. She is the manga one in this here house. The other day, I actually finally got her Christmas because I couldn't find it. But I finally got it for her. And she likes Disney and Stitch from Lilo and Stitch, so there is a Lilo and Stitch manga about Stitch with a samurai that has 3 volumes, and I found a hardback collection that has all 3 included. Just thinking about that existing is already just a little bit beyond weird. The fact that I know about it is the second level, though. You can see it for a mile away. A guy was talking out of his ass because there's thousands of other mangas like it. Yet he somehow sued DS and won. He used the money to make an anime. See, that's what I'm talking about, man. You'd be surprised. The weirdest one, I can't remember. It was McDonald's versus some woman. She sued because she got fat by eating McDonald's. Now, this isn't some kind of shaming by saying fat. In her own words, she got fat by eating McDonald's. That's what she said. I want to make that very clear. And I don't know if this is just some thing like that's a legend of the internet, but she did win, if it's to be trusted, and actually got some I think it was either she settled out of court or she won. But she won the argument, whatever it meant. Whether she settled out of court and got money, or whether she won it in the courts. I think it's ridiculous. Because they're selling you food. If you eat too much of it, that's kind of your big deal. And it shouldn't be up to them to watch you. Like, just say it, right? Fact is, mediocre manga won over a masterpiece such as Dungeon Seeker had to be cut short. At least they allowed Dungeon Seeker to be finished when axed. It sucks because there's so many legal battles that have killed different things. You'd be surprised how many things have gotten canceled / destroyed over the years due to legal conflicting. And it's kind of crazy to think about, like, okay, I rarely think about stuff like this, but do you realize let's say you are a guy at an anime company, we'll say, and you get tons of pitches a year. We see one out of probably hundreds or thousands get made, despite how much gets released in the manga and anime departments, just realize that not a lot gets printed. It's crazy to think that some I need to go like check out Dungeon Seeker. I love all things dungeon based, so your boy might have to go look into it. Hmm. Okay. Let's pop some night vision on this boy. I like this little aquifer here. It's kind of pretty in this cave. All the random bits of vine and all that. Yo, let's set the tick speed up and see what this would look like. Set to 3, so that's the normal. Let's go 20. 40. That doesn't really go as quick as I wanted to. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this AFK for a bit. Either way, I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Totally getting on to reading Dungeon Seeker. Trust me, it's a masterpiece. Ooh. Duly notable. Either way, ladies and gents, hopefully you have enjoyed this modding session that became more just me chilling and talking to Ice, but I love talking to Ice. And we did fix some good stuff. We also did add a bunch of functionality. We finally fixed the Lady Fern, which I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even think I'd ever get to do or do it in general because I don't know, Either way, if you guys want to see more, you know what to do, and yeah. It is mega dark, like super dark. Ooh, I do love darker subject matter. I've never been a particularly mad soul about that. You know what? Before we go, let's add this rocky dirt real quick. So I think we can make that look real nice. Alright. So we're going to go in to nature. We're going to okay. So we're going to clone this. Rocky dirt. Okay. And we're going to generate this. Can we read manga together in a call sometime soon? That sounds like fun. We'll have to check that out. I think that's going to work just fine. Okay, so we're going to put it... Let's do surface. What's this thing's generation look like? 14, 8. 14, 8. What's this one? 15, 6. It's going to be about right. It's going to be about right, but I'm going to check this. Which, by the way, this also needs to be able to sustain plant life, just to make it interesting. Okay. So let's hit that play. Do our final check for the day, and really wish I would have stuck a little more to my guns about what I was doing. We only added 3 things, but we also fixed a lot of stuff that was bothering me. Time you're available, just message me to read the manga. Trust me, it's good. Cheers. Oh, you ready? You ready? Okay. Okay. Hold up. I'm stupid. Because I forgot to set it to only replace dirt. And experimentally stone, we'll say. That might not stay, though. Already 8:30 nearly. Funny how you call your other channel Dungeon Crack. People in the world of manga call that special dungeon a crack dungeon because it's impossible to win. It is. So I wanted to name it Dungeon Crack. It's mostly because it is supposed to be a crack in the wall. You know, it is supposed to be a place that's a little harder to find. That's why, weirdly, it is intentionally made to be something where I could not succeed with that channel in making it my job. Because it was supposed to be about my interests and things that interest me at that minute. You know, it's supposed to be like that. So, ironically, that's my original thinking as to why I called it that. I really hope this works. Because if this this doesn't generate very well, it doesn't look good, it's going to be a little annoying. Especially, I doubt I'll keep in the stone stuff, but we're going to check it out. It'll only drop cobblestone. If it even stays in. That's it's gonna be its general functionality anyways. Okay. Okay, the world's becoming a little bit of Swiss cheese here. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's do... Do I have to literally... I'll go make a new world. Because I do not know. It's just that problem. Like, what if I do that? Just like, what if, though, right? Just give me some good generation here. Like, please. Okay, it's not immediately like generating 1,000 freaking blocks of it, so I don't see any of the. Oh wait, is that one? Well, it's called rich soil for now, but it's going to be called rocky dirt. I see. Kinda want to go find a really open cave to check this out as well. Okay, so we know it generates. I don't know how well. Because I can already feel it, like, not being perfect. It's definitely not the way I super want it to be. Game. Skews. Alright, just like skews. Just saying you're being a little much. I kind of only want it to generate in dirt. Because I don't particularly think it looks great. Time you have free time to read the manga, call me to read it together, because it's a fairly short manga. Due to court and it got axed and ending had to be reached quicker. That might be to our benefit, or at least mine. It is a little sad, but it may work a little better for purposes that I have. Wondering if I should give this wow. This is one hell of a cave system. One rip-roaring hell of a cave system. Dude. Like, tons of noodly caves. Oh, here we go. This is the kind of thing I'm looking for. Okay, big ass cave. Increase patch size, I'd say. And make it a little more common. Just a little. I feel like it's a little silly with the way it is right this second. Tell you that darkened stone, like, it's pretty easy to even miss it. Like, if you're not paying attention, you can literally, if you're flying by like I am, it's actually pretty easy to miss that it even exists here, because if you gotta be watching very specifically to even differentiate it. It's not like it doesn't look like anything else. It doesn't look like it's other blocks, but you can definitely tell it's its own thing. Okay, back to the surface I am. Alright. Anyways, hopefully you guys have had a wonderful time. I literally have I gotta jump, but I better, before I forget, turn this up, turn that up, and hit the save, and we'll test that a little later. My name has been John, and I've played myself.